Hi traders, I just want to let you know of a trade that's setting up for this coming week on the Euro CAD pair. Now, the reason I've chosen this pair is because there's some diverging fundamentals in the two pairs. First of all, the Euro is fundamentally bearish, and the reason that this is increasingly bearish at the moment is because the European elections that are happening in France with the French elections, and the danger of one of the candidates, whose name I think is Le Pen, is a nationalist party leader, and his stated aims is to pull out the France from the European Union. He opposes the European Union, so that would mean France pulling out, and he wants to pull France out of NATO. Now, the reason the market is very nervous is because of the Brexit in Britain and Trump being elected in America, and it kind of represents this rejection of liberal social democracy that's been sort of the norm for the last probably decade or so. So with the unexpected election of Trump and with the unexpected result of Brexit, folks are already thinking, well, hang on, if there's a lean towards nationalism in Britain, if there's a lean towards nationalism in the US, could there be a lean towards nationalism in France? Well, it's very, very possible, and the predictions and the polls were wildly wrong with the Brexit, and not many people saw it coming with Trump either. So when you put all that together, you can understand why markets are nervous, because if France pulls out of the EU, then the Eurozone as a whole will be really devalued, with two key parties leaving the table, Britain and then France. So the euro is being sold off. People are nervous. You understand why. So the reason I've chosen the euro CAD pair is because the Canadian dollar is currently being supported by the increase in oil prices. The OPEC deal was reached, oil prices rallied, so that supports the Canadian dollar. So that's further bearish pressure for the euro CAD. And on top of that, at the end of last week, inflation data out for Canada showed a jump in inflation. So Canada has gone from the situation, are they neutral on rates, to now with inflation data rising and the price of oil rising. You've got to say to yourself, hang on, this is no longer necessarily a neutral situation for Canada. This is a more positive looking situation, so they won't be looking to cut rates. And the Bank of Canada rate decision is out this week. Let's see what date it's coming out. It's coming out on Wednesday, so there's virtually no chance of them cutting interest rates, and the expectation is increasingly going to be for them to drop rates. Okay, that's the fundamental picture. Sell euro CAD. Now, if you look at the technical picture, you can see, look, it's very bearish. You're just starting to break through this near-term recent support, and if we break from here, well, we're just going to drop down into this area here. That's the logical conclusion, that if we leave here, the next destination is this 1.33 area with a couple of, there's another little mini support, this level here, 1.3729. So the way I'm going to play it is I'm going to want to see the low of last week's bar sold, and I'm going to sell at 1.3792. So 1.3792. I'm going to sell just there, the break of the low of last week, and I'm going to have my stop at 1.41. So just right above, 2 weeks. Look back on the weekly chart, give myself room to be wrong, whereas I'm not missing out on the trade with two tight stops, and I'm just going to play it down into this area here. So that is my trade of the week, Euro CAD. It's a good one. Look out for it and follow along. There's a link at the bottom of my video, so you can follow along to see how this trade went. Okay, guys, thanks for listening, and trade well. Goodbye.